Hello. It's all right. I weren't ready then. It's all right. I'm just trying to sort something out. Miss Bella Beauty on a Budget has got a different setup because a camera's died. So we're sort of trying to sort that out. I sent her an invitation because she wanted to test it before it's not coming through to my phone.
Has she got Hangouts downloaded to her phone? That's the thing.
Yeah, Chris says, have you got Hangouts on your phone? I mean, you might, you know. I've sent it again, but it should ring at your end, Bella, if you've got Hangouts on your phone. I mean, as you know, I'm not a techno whiz, but yeah, sometimes when...
Yes, Chris. I actually signed in on your Hangouts. That could be another problem.
Yeah, you've got to make sure that you signed in on your Hangouts on your phone. So it's all right. We're trying to sort Miss Bella out. But you see, the thing is, when people ring me because I've got Hangouts on my phone, as well as the I am, yes, she says.
Try restarting your phone. Turn it on and off.
Yeah, but Chris says try restarting your phone, Bella. Hi, Velocity. How are you? We're trying to. Okay, then she says I'll play about a bit. Carry on. But yes, Bella's sort of camera went on the blink on her desktop PC. So she said she was going to try and come on like via what you hearing at. But yes, the reason why I'm late, we've had a what's it of a time. How can I explain it? I rang last Friday to order Pixie's prescription, right? There were 4 items on it. He went to collect it the other day. There was only 2 there. Now, he was told to ring the doctors up, which he did this morning. Got told that the other 2 items wasn't ordered and to ring the prescription line back up because the prescription line is separate from the doctor's. He did that this morning. They said that one is loratadine, which is antihistamine, had been refused because you can buy it. And the cream that he uses for his leg, and he has to use it morning and night, because it was due a review for it. That's the reason why that hadn't been ordered. So why couldn't the doctor have told him that, or the doctors?
The receptionist, because she's a useless cow.
Yeah. Why couldn't the receptionist have told him that this morning instead of passing the book and telling him to ring the prescription line? So, you know, to say the least, we're a bit, and Chris has sort of sat there saying, well, them doctors is absolutely useless.
It's not the doctors.
Hi, fat boy, how are you?
It's the receptionist. Hey, I'm Dad's partner.
But, you know, I mean, she's same as the lady said on the prescription order line. Well, basically, the doctor's receptionist is, you know, I'm only limited to accessing your medications, etc. But the doctors can see more on your thing than what I can. So why didn't they tell you that this morning when you rang up? So a little bit miffed at the moment.
Because the dirt, you know,
so yes, I'm a little bit tired this morning. I had some quality sleep, but not a lot of it, if you know what I mean. So yes. So it's been an eventful morning so far, let's just say. So we'll see what the rest of the day brings, hopefully. We're hoping to get the Christmas tree up later on. So, because Pixie's out all day tomorrow because he's going to Birmingham for the drone show. Yeah, it's 10:20 here at the moment, fat boy. So yeah, you know, he's out all day tomorrow, up early in the morning. He's got to travel to, you know, Birmingham in the UK. He's going to the drone show. So I mean, what about your iPad, Bella, and just watching the chat on your phone? You know, couldn't you sort of set your iPad up and get the... Hiya, Angel, how are you? Very good live stream last night, if I must say so, Angel. I'm just sorry that only Pixie and myself could make it on the panel. So yeah, really enjoyed it. We had a laugh, as we always do with Angel. So if you're wondering about Pixie's pottering about in the kitchen, is making me some breakfast, because not had anything to eat yet. So I'll try and send you another invitation, Bella, see if it works. You never know, third time lucky.
Third time's a charm.
She says, I'm trying to be clever, don't ruin my moment. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I'm just going to post you another invite, Bella. We'll see if this one...
Just trying to be technical by switching the iPad on.
Hey! Oh, you're sideways on.
Whoa.
Oh, God, hang on.
Invite, Bella.
Is it all right?
No, it's still sideways on. I'm looking at you like this. I'll go cricket in a minute. Sideways on.
Oh, bloody hell. What? Let me figure this out. Don't look at me for a minute.
You're here, but you just...
Have you got your rotation switched on?
What?
Have you got your rotation switched on?
Yeah, it's on. It's on.
Move your iPad.
What?
Move your iPad a little bit, like tilt it so it was forward.
Yeah.
So it turns.
Oh.
If you like, just touch it, it might right itself. Dennis had that problem the other night, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he on his were he on his phone?
iPad, I think.
Oh.
Well, at least we can see you anyway.
Well, wait a minute. Oh, now I've done something now.
Oh, so what's happening? Oh, she's took the thing off.
I don't know what I've done.
You've turned your camera off altogether. You just... Oh, you're back.
What? Right. What happens if I go... Hang on a minute. I'll take this off of here. That's what I get for trying to be bloody clever. Hang on.
Yeah, but I mean, you're here. It's just that...
I know.
I mean, myself, I ain't got a clue. I wouldn't know.
Right.
Yeah, you're there. Oh.
No, I've still got to move this bloody thing. Wait a minute. Trying to be bleeding clever, see?
You were... Ah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What about now?
Perfect.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Should have it.
Yeah.
Yay!
See what makes bloody techno whiz?
See, she figured it out all by herself.
I know.
I'm in shock.
Shut your face. Right, so I'm on my phone, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't want to turn it round in case I balls it. Oh, sorry, mess it up. And then here, just here, is the desktop.
Yeah, so you've got
so I can read everything that's going on. I've got it on silent, and That's working, isn't it?
Yeah, it's working fine. I've just got a question, Tasha Bella.
Oh, God.
Now, I know I'm a bit thicky, but I've been watching your beauty vlog this morning.
Yeah, yeah.
I just need what does the GR, is it GRMW? What's
Get ready with me.
Oh, now that explains it. Because I've saw it 1 or 2 times, and I'm thinking, now what the heck does that mean?
Get ready with me.
You know, I'm not sort of.
No, it's not a term that I knew myself before. Beauty community. It's the beauty community term, but I didn't know it myself. It's not that commonly used. It's just because we do a lot of get ready with me. It's a lot to type out.
Yeah. I get that now. Now you've explained it to me. I understand. But I've seen it a time or two, and I'm thinking, what the blimmin' heck does that mean? Well, you know, I mean, when I am thick.
Well, so would I be. You could put some baking reference, and I wouldn't know what the bleeding hell it was. Same thing.
But yeah, right, ta-ta this morning with blooming doctors.
Why?
Well, I ordered this prescription last week, right, last Friday.
Yeah.
Went to pick it up Tuesday. Now, on Chris's, there's 4 items. There's 2 inhalers. There's antihistamine, but he has a different antihistamine from me. He has loratadine, I have cetrazine.
Right.
So I ordered the cetrazine. You know that cream that he puts on his leg?
Leg, yeah.
You know, where he had the cellulitis and it's red and everything. I ordered that as well. So anyway, when we went to pick it up on Tuesday, there was only the 2 inhalers.
Oh, sounds like my blooming chemist.
So anyway, when they went to pick it up and he says, well, I ordered 4 things. He says, why is there only 2?
Mm.
So he says, oh, I don't know. You'll have to ring the doctors back up. Anyway, I rang them this morning. The other 2 items definitely weren't ordered. So Chris had said, well, I know they were ordered because my wife ordered them for me.
Yeah.
So he says, well, only thing I can suggest is you ring the prescription order line up because the prescription order line is different from doctors.
Oh, right.
It's like an outside agency, let's just say.
Our doctors won't take prescription over the phone.
Well, you see, ours don't, but I think with ours being quite a relatively big surgery,
yeah,
they were getting inundated, you know, what with you know, appointments, etc. That they've sort of done it to an external agency, let's just say.
Yeah.
So you have to phone this number. They log into your doctor's system, and then they say, right, can you list everything or whatever that you want to order? So basically, when Chris spoke to him this morning, the other 2 items weren't ordered. Chris had sort of argued that, yes, there was because my wife ordered them last week. Only thing I can suggest is you ring the prescription order line up and reorder them. So anyway, I got on the phone and I said, blah, 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 put it in last week. I ordered loratadine and this zero-based cream thing. You know, but it only got the 2 inhalers. Out of the 4 things, it only ended up with 2. So she says, well, looking at my system, she says, and bearing in mind that I'm sort of limited, you know, because we don't get the full patient note thing. She says, basically, it says on the system, the loratadine was refused because he can buy them. Yeah. And she says, as regards the zero-based cream, she says, it says on my system that this is due a review.
All right.
So I'm saying to him, you know, when she's apologising and all this, that, and all that, I says, look, it says, it ain't your fault. I says, but he's rung the doctor this morning. I says, so why couldn't she have told him that over the phone this morning?
Yeah.
And she says, well, I can't answer that question. So I says, well, you know, they could have told him that this morning when he rang up. Instead of more or less passing the book and saying, well, ring up and reorder. So they've more or less left this prescription order line to tell him, one, the Loratadine, the prescription for it, that's been refused because they can buy it. And two, that is due for a review for this cream. It'd been a lot easier. So when I says to her, I says, well, answer me this one question then. I says, I have cetrazine, which is an antihistamine, exactly the same. I says, but I get mine free on a prescription.
Yeah.
So they're just being arses, basically.
I've never heard of that. No.
What, Loratadine?
No. Being told that you can't have it. Have you got an echo?
No, I can't hear an echo.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah, but I mean, it's same as I said. So why haven't you told me that same thing then?
Don't know. But they say what they want to. They choose to say what they want to.
But it's like, for a long time now, I mean, it's been sort of advertised all over the doctors. They won't give you paracetamol on prescription now because they're cheap enough to go into a chemist and buy them.
I can understand that because you can get them for 20 pence, can't you? Like 50p or something, you can get a load of
that's it. I mean, there were this big advertising campaign about, you know, we're not going to do paracetamol on prescription anymore because it's easily available, cheap enough, blah, blah, blah. But same as I've said to Chris, yeah, you can buy Loratadine. Yeah, you can buy it over the counter. But my philosophy is, let's just say, like myself, I get my prescriptions free. And because I take thyroxine, I get my prescriptions free for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and so will Chris now because of this, he's got to tell them that his current situation. The space don't have to pay.
But you see, the thing is, and I've often said, I mean, I've said this to doctor's face. I mean, like, other week, I forget it were, you know, the Voltarol cream thing. I Cherry Giggles, the Voltarol, and she says something about buying it. And I says, well, you know, you put yourself in my shoes. I says, I get my prescriptions for nothing. I says, so why go out and buy something that I don't have to?
Yeah, exactly.
I can get it for nothing. I know it's sort of, you know.
No, it's not at all. I understand what you're saying.
You know, it's a case that, you know, and that then they go on with this speech about, well, you know, it's costing NHS this, NHS that, and my retort back to her were, up until the year 2000, I says I'd worked all my life.
You're same as me. Yes, well,
you know, I worked all my life. I says, and sometimes I says, with young children, I says I've worked full time.
Yeah, me too.
I says, and now I says, you know, I says I sort of go on the illegal immigrant. You know, I says I'm not an illegal immigrant. I says I'm British born and bred. I says, and right from leaving school, I says I've always worked.
Yeah.
I says, and it's society's time to pay me back.
And you never asked to be ill.
No, but you see, once you give them that, you know, they just write it out, and you know, big on woman sort of thing, if you know what I mean, because they don't like being told the facts.
Yeah, I know, of course.
Yeah. They don't like being told the facts. Well, look, I've worked all my life. I've paid my stamp all the years I was working. So now it's my time to get something back.
Exactly.
You know, but you see, in one respect, these people that go to doctors get told that and they'll say, okay. But, you know, I'm sort of quite passionate about that.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. I
You
don't
know,
blame you.
it's a case of I've paid into the system, so it's my turn to get something back.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you one bit. I don't blame you one bit. This is better, this camera, because it's right in front of me, whereas the other one was over me head and I used to be down a bit. But you can see me clearer on this, can't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's same as they were saying in Chris's last night. You know, him doing it on his phone, it's a lot clearer picture.
Yeah, it's a good camera. It's a good, like Chris said, it's a good camera on these phones.
Yeah, and it's same as I say, you can hear you as clear as a bell, you can see you as clear as a bell.
That's good. I'll keep up with this thing.
What, in your case, you mean? It's all right. When I says about seeing you clearer and hearing you clearer, it says, unfortunately, it says, what, in your case, you mean?
Shut your face, Chris.
So, how's Baz this morning? How are you?
Don't know, he's still snoring.
Oh, he's still in bed, is he?
I know, G.
It were like this morning. I mean, I got up at 6 o'clock, as you know, I get up at 6 every day. And I was dead tired.
Yeah.
Even though I sort of had, you know, good quality sleep, I was still dead tired. So I said to Chris, I think I'm going to go back to bed an hour. He says, you'll get off. Because I'd let him sleep in.
Yeah.
Sort of Callum was just going out when Chris got up. So he says, yeah, you get off to bed. I says, well, it might only be for an hour. But I didn't get back to sleep. I think I were overtired. I think that's where it were.
Yeah, I didn't sleep too bad. It was very broken, you know, and I wake up for like an hour in between. But I must have slept from about 5 till 9. I put the alarm on for 7:30, and I must have slept right through it.
Well, at least, you know, at least you've slept. You know what I mean? At least you've had some sleep rather than.
And I looked up at the clock. I thought, crap, it's 9:15. So I just got out and just got myself ready, made a drink. I haven't tidied anything. The bathroom looks like Armageddon. But at least I'm here.
Well, that's it. At least you're here.
You're here.
It's all right. He's just been getting the drone ready because it's sunny. So
I'm getting off.
It's got itchy feet now. Sun's come out.
I've heard that Sheffield's having a tsunami this afternoon, Chris.
Well, it's a good job I'm going down then, isn't it?
That's it. You'll leave us.
All right, I will do.
So
I've left you running.
You've left me running. Well, you know, I was going to say something then. I couldn't run for my life, let alone our Angel's still here. So yeah.
Oh, Angel.
I can hardly walk, let alone blooming run. I'm going to say I can't remember last time I run. It's been that.
It will be a brisk limp.
Cut the brisk bit off it, and you might be on point there. But
I can't run. Everything jiggles about.
Well, I mean, same as I say, I have trouble standing upright, let alone running.
No, I couldn't run to save my life.
Oh, we shot up to 10 all of a sudden.
Hello to the 10.
So
when I go, where was it? I went with Gail to Liverpool. We took the car to Chester, but we went on the train to Liverpool. We took the car to the station, and then we got the train to Liverpool. And she's saying, the train's coming. I said, we'll have to bleeping come. I said, I can't run for it. And she's bleeping up these stairs. I said, well, you'll be going on your own. I said, you ain't got a prayer of me running up the ruddy stairs.
Baz is here, so obviously he's awake, Bella.
Afternoon, Baz.
Hello, you. After
Cheery Giggles has put what mischief is Mr. Pixie up to in the background? Well, he's over there in the corner, and he's sort of, because it's been passing it down with rain here all week.
So that's 2 weeks.
Well, there's that, I suppose. But
last week's been worse.
Yeah, it's been really bad all week, you know, the high winds. And, you know, yesterday when they opened the door and I says, can you hear that wind? Yeah. He was actually filming on his phone. He put it up on Facebook.
I know, I saw it on Facebook. The front.
I know why he opened the door. I couldn't understand when it happened why he'd opened the door, but obviously that was the reason. He was filming on his phone.
Baz, I've sorted this out. I've done it all on my own without anybody.
She went, Baz, I've sorted it all out by myself without any help from anybody.
So it's on my phone. I'm filming on my phone, and I've got the YouTube on the desktop, so I can see all the writing, and I'm filming from the mobile. It's it's a better picture, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot better picture. So I am
Hello, Emma.
So he's getting the droning bit out of his system, Bella, because the plans are we're going to move the dining table and everything in a bit, and hopefully get the Christmas tree and the decorations out the shed.
Oh, I think we might be doing ours this afternoon.
Well, you see, same as we've said, we normally put it up on the 1st, which obviously is tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to the drone show, isn't it, all day?
I'm going to check Tello and accidentally crash it on top of the tree.
but yeah, I mean, the elf costume might even make an appearance as well.
I'll show you something, right? Becca phoned yesterday. You know, we're going there for Christmas.
Yeah.
She said, right, we're all got to wear silly jumpers.
Yeah.
Said, what? She said, Christmas Day, we've all got to wear Christmas jumpers so we can have a big family photo done. I said, oh, my God. So she said, if you can't get one now, I'll get one. I said, no, I'll get one. Anyway, I've got a couple off the catalogue and one out of Argos for Baz. Oh, my goodness. Baz, mine is just like, it's plain grey, because I can't wear the big knitted jumpers. I can't do it. I have to do everything. And mine is just like plain grey. And
Baz has put, don't show mine.
I haven't. And Baz is a great big elf top.
Oh dear.
So we're waiting for that to come.
Well, now you've said that, Baz. As soon as it comes, she'll be doing.
I know.
Yep. So yeah, now you've said that, Baz.
Yeah, but I'll still like private call you from Becca's and that, so you can see.
Okay. Gas service.
Oh, boiler.
Yeah.
I'll
close door.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not pleased with this set.
Yeah. Is that boiler thing? Yeah. It's all right. We've got. We didn't realise that they were coming today. Like I have an annual boiler.
Yeah, we have that.
So.
And then they give you a certificate to say it's all right and that.
Middle door then, or just not quite shut it to, but. I'm not selling anything. Boiler bloke says what she's selling. I says I'm not selling anything. So So
Your
yeah.
back door, have you got your back door in your kitchen?
Pardon?
Have you got a back door? I can't remember.
No.
No, your back doors, the back doors.
Patio doors, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, one member in the group nearly fainted. She looked at her subscribers count and said she had over 1.3 million subscribers, and before then she had 1K. She took a screenshot. It only lasted 4 hours till it went back down to 1K. Okay, then I'll see you in a bit.
Well, I'd have a heart attack if that
I
happened.
want to say, I'd end up with a broken leg and a broken arm falling off a sofa.
I'd definitely bloody magnetise then.
Obviously, they got the it probably meant 1.3K, and instead they'd put 1.3 million. God,
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I was going to say, I'd have probably ended up with a broken leg and a broken arm falling off a sofa if I'd have seen that on mine. So, but yeah.
You see, I've just gone to Cheery Giggles channel. I don't know why this happens. I've just gone to Cheery Giggles channel and I'm not subscribed. Why?
It's doing it all over. I mean, as you know,
I've just done it now, Cheery.
I mean, we've known Angel for ages, and I went to his other day, and it had unsubscribed me from Angel as well. I don't know why. You don't know why I checked. I think it was when, we were doing the panel, and then he had to go out and buy the laptop, and it postponed it. But for some reason, I went over to his channel, and it said I weren't subscribed to him. So I rectified that, and I went and.
But that's
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's can you imagine?
Morning, Emma.
Can you imagine everybody going on the channel and seeing 1.3 million?
I'm just going to check some of these to make sure I'm still subscribed.
All right, you got me paranoid now. I'm going and checking.
Angel, yes, I'm still subscribed to Angel.
Yeah, I'm still subscribed to Cheery Giggles as well. So I've just checked.
I wasn't.
But
Baz Burton ain't subscribing to him.
This has happened to me with Kate and you.
What?
Yeah. Baz has just had to re-support her as well. But you see, funny thing is, as you know, I mean, other week, Bella, I checked, I looked on Pixies, and everybody knows that Pixie's my husband, and the fact that I watch every vlog he does, every drone video, a comment.
Yeah.
I'm in every live stream of Pixies, but I were looking on his channel for something or other, and it had unsubscribed me from Pixie. And then he says, oh, well, I'm just going to check yours. And he checked mine, and they'd unsubscribed him from me.
It's ridiculous. I'm still subscribed to Emma. I'm just making sure now.
But yeah, I don't get any notifications at all.
No, I don't. It's gone belly up, isn't it?
I mean, when I first started on YouTube, I was actually getting notifications actually from YouTube. I don't get them anymore, and it's very rarely till after the fact that I get them via email either.
That boy.
And a lot of the time, it's only because I go on the main page and it says, oh, so and so's live.
I'm still subscribed to Fat Boy. Yeah, that's what I do. You can see the live coming up.
Yeah, you'll have to check Baz's as well.
I ain't subscribed to him.
You're not subscribed to him.
Uh.
I don't support that Pixie guy. Well, he's buggered off out now, Baz. he's making hay while the sun shines. As you know, he's had itchy feet because he hasn't been able to go out on the drone.
What's that?
The gas man's phone.
Our Pixie's channel, yeah, I'm still subscribed to him.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, even though it's still a little bit windy, same as he says, the drone that he's got can handle that, you know, in reason, the wind. So Cherry said, Pixie scares me, so I have to support him. But yeah, you know, I mean, we've had that badder weather, same as Pixie says, for the last 2 weeks. But the sun's actually out, and it's windy, but not, not like it were yesterday. I mean, you seen that video when the trees were swaying, and you know what I mean. So yeah, but you see, fact of the matter is, I mean, same as Chris says to me, he thinks the drone could handle it in that weather, but he's always that bit apprehensive.
Especially you know, after the last one.
Yeah, you know, same as you say, it's a lot of outlay, isn't it? You know, and it's same as he says, he's a bit apprehensive about flying over water.
Oh, yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that.
Oh.
That's a gas test.
Yeah, I thought fire alarm were going off. I was going to say, I've got to abandon ship.
No, they test all the things, don't they, to make sure.
Yeah. So yeah,
you know what? You know how people take from each other. Like when you've been together years, you get each other's ways, don't you?
Yeah.
And it's like, but you see where Baz has put good morning, Emma, sweetheart. That's Cockney. To call everybody sweet, I call everybody sweetheart and darling, everybody, because that's just the Cockney way. Yeah. But he does it as well now. He does it as well.
I mean, I don't know whether you often find this as well, Bella. Do you finish each other's sentences?
Oh yeah.
Because me and Chris are always doing that. I'm sort of just about to say something. Then he finishes my sentence off, and I said, "Oh, I said that without moving my lips."
Oh, no, I say that. If I say something like, "Oh, I've forgotten the," and he goes through a list of things that I've possibly.
No, Cheery Giggle says, "I thought Pixie had burnt his food. Now he's gone." Oh dear. Just hang on a minute. You know how he said he'd left it running?
Oh, I can hear myself.
Yeah. Hang on a minute. I'll just rectify that. I mean, if you're here, I could shout over and say, "Turn that bloody thing down."
Oh, no.
Not be a minute.
All right. Oh, dear me. How's everybody? How's you, Emma? We haven't arranged that private hangouts yet, have we, Emma? We must do that. And with me and Jeanette, because we'd love to talk to you. Come on, come on. Honestly, techno extraordinaire. Pixie's all he's funny. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. Him and Baz, you know, they're good friends. It's nice. Oh, thank you, Emma. Thank you so much. You always say that to me, and that's lovely. But I never see that in myself, you know. People say that, oh, you know, you always look nice and everything, because I've got a beauty channel, so I kind of have to work on that. But I don't see that in myself, you know. I'm very self-critical, and I haven't got a lot of confidence or that in myself. So it's lovely when people say, "Oh, you're back."
That remission in itself, it got that many tabs open on thing. I'm thinking, what the heck? Oh dear.
Hello,
What it were, you know how he runs the laptop through like a big television? I'm sort of scrolling through and he hadn't actually got the YouTube muted, you know, the sound off on his YouTube.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
know you do. Yeah, I know you do, Baz. I know. We were just talking about confidence and that very quickly, because Emma always says, "Oh, you always look lovely," you know. And I've said,
yeah,
I'm not very confident in myself.
You're a YouTube star now, by the way. So yeah, I mean, as you know, he runs his laptop through the big telly, and I'm thinking, what the heck? And it got like a Litchi app open and something else, and I'm thinking, you know, oh dear. So I sort of closed things down. It come up on the YouTube channel, but he hadn't sort of turned the microphone or the sound on.
Yeah, I saying to Emma, I don't think people always see that side in it, because it's, you know, with you guys, obviously I'm open and say everything, but sometimes I think, you know, people see me like, because I'm a beauty channel, and people see that side, you know, where obviously I'm doing makeup and I'm doing everything beauty, but that's not inside, you know, how you feel about yourself inside, is it? You know what I mean?
Well, it is, yeah. Right. Well, some as I say, I mean, your perception of yourself is different from everybody else's perception of you.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes. Trust you to put it in clever words.
Are you all right?
No.
I said, he's a big fella. Big fella.
Well, I thought that's what you meant, Jeanette.
IFPB, sorry about that. Yeah. Well, is that sort of guy who won't want to meet him in a dark alley?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I agree with Cheery Giggles. We are we are his own worst critics. You know what I mean? And
Oh, look out for that, Nick.
Yeah,
we are.
Yeah, we're not having none of that on here, Nick. We're not having self-promotion. But yeah, I mean, it's how can I put it? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You know what I mean? And it's like Pixie towards myself. I mean, some mornings I feel, oh God, I must look terrible. You know what I mean? But and I'm sure everybody's felt the same. You know, I look crap first thing in the morning. I mean, you know, but to you know, your other half, you're beautiful, whichever. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say.
No, Baz always says it. He always says it to me every day. But it's believing in yourself, ain't it? That's a good idea, Cheery.
I'm laughing at what Cheery Giggles just said.
I know. That's a good idea, that.
You see, Pixie did explain to him. He says she's live on YouTube, and he says, what's she selling? And he says, I'm not selling anything.
That's people don't understand YouTube, ain't it?
That's it. You know, I mean, for a sort of non-YouTuber.
Yeah.
But so, but just a question, what did you guys think to the vlog that I put up yesterday?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I think it's my favourite so far. And I looked it up. I thought, there is a hope in hell of me actually making that. So,
you see, the thing is, same as I said at the beginning, you could like do your own pairs, But to me, it were a lot of kerfuffle when you can just buy tin pears and just arrange them in bottom of a tin.
I wonder if you can help me with anything or anybody. When I looked at Jeanette's video, I liked the look of it. So I scrolled down and she's very descriptive. She puts all the ingredients. She copies the recipe right out. And I thought, oh, I'll copy and paste that. But I couldn't. It won't copy and paste off of the...
Well, you see, that's all Chris does. You know, when he puts all the ingredients and method in the description, he goes to he went to, because he says, now, because I don't tend to use that very often, but I'd researched upside down puddings, and I look at something that, like, let's say yourself or Emma, or it's simplified, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so that a non-baker can do it.
Yeah, so it makes it simple, so anybody can do it, and that's the aim of me baking vlogs. So people will look at that and say, "Oh, I think I can make that like you did."
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like you when you said you research your beauty products and everything. Yeah. I do the same, but we're in the baking vlogs. Now there's a lot of upside down cakes or puddings, whatever, out there, Bella.
Yeah.
I look for something that's minimal amount of ingredients.
Yeah.
And like that says, you can glaze your own pears, but that's why I sort of bought tin pears, because I thought, well, you know, not everybody's going to want to you've got to use caster sugar and glaze your own pears and everything. And that's why I said, well, I've gone for this easier option, and I've bought tin pears, because that's what Joe Blogs off the street would do.
Yeah, yeah. I have, yeah. I'm on my phone now, but I'm looking at the chat on my desktop, Nick.
But you see, that recipe was off Tesco Good Food website. So all Chris did was go to that site, find the recipe, and just copied and pasted it.
I wonder. I think he might be saying I could do it from the was name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a look, because I just wanted to copy that recipe, you know.
Well, that basically, I went onto the website, I print the recipes out, but when Chris does in the description, the method and the ingredients and everything, same as he says, it's a lot of time sitting there typing everything out separately.
I know.
So all he does, he goes to the specific website that I've downloaded the recipe from,
and does it that way,
and paste it.
Yeah.
Here you go. Nick says, I'll copy and paste it and send it via Facebook as Notepad.
Oh, thank you.
Nick's actually doing it for you, but that's all Chris did. Rather than copy it all out individually and be there for about an hour typing description and everything out. It just goes to the website, copies and pastes it, and then click, paste it, and it all goes in the description, you see.
Yeah. Because it's really, I looked down, I thought every single thing's there. I could follow.
I'll watch out for that, Nick. He might do that into a cartoon thing, what he did with that turkey and me and you in it.
Oh. Did you see that cartoon he did with the turkey with supposed to be?
Oh, yeah. You're supposed to pluck it. That's all I'm saying.
I know, we was killing ourselves and laughing. We were absolutely. It's a bit untidy because I got up really quick and I didn't tidy before I come on.
But Cheery Giggle says, are you trying to copy from your phone? No.
No.
Same as Nick says, the best thing to do is that if you're on a PC, just type in, you know, and that's basically with every recipe that I do, that's what Chris does. It just goes to the website that I've got the recipe off, copies and pastes it, and then, you know, copies it and then pastes it in the description box. That's all he does.
Well, I've learned that now. If in doubt, contact Nick.
I mean, the only palaver bit about it is when I made the paste from the cocoa powder and hot water. You know what I mean? But I suppose in respect, you could just throw everything in and But I thought, well, I'll sort of follow the recipe to a T, because knowing my luck, it'd probably all come out lumpy and whatever.
Yeah. It looked like that was, I bet that took some mixing in, didn't it?
Yeah, we'll say when they were filming it, I just put that water in. I was stirring it, and he says, "Well, I've sort of stopped filming it now, so you can, like, you know, you've got to get some wally, if you know what I mean."
Yeah.
I test look, but yeah, you know, I mean, and I did find as well. I mean, it don't show you this, but the amount of water to the cocoa powder, I had to add a little bit more hot water, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really nice, Bella. And same as I say, it made it easy, because you know the tin I'd got. If you've seen on the side, there's like one of them, what they're called spring form tins.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So it's like got a loose bottom as well. So basically, I unhinged the thing, lifted that off, and then the pear bit was actually at the bottom, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so when I took it out the oven, I put a plate on top of it, turned it over, so the loose bottom bit were at top.
Yeah.
Took the tin off, and then all I did was take the bottom bit off, and then just peel off the you know, the greaseproof paper.
Yeah. It looked, I am gonna try that one. You know, I'm not gonna be defeated. But
yeah, it's simple enough to make, Bella. I mean, it's, you know, don't get me wrong, it's simple enough to make it.
And the thing is, I can. Sorry, I'm speaking over you. I'm sorry, Jeanette. If I go wrong, I can always say, "Look, this is what's happened," and you can sort of tell me.
Yeah, but same as I say, if you've got one of them tins similar to what I've got, it makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because it's a loose bottom tin, and it's also got like a, you know, like an hinge on it, and all you do is unlatch that. Oh. Okay then, thank you. But yeah, having that tin makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I have got another one, which is a deeper one, but it's just a loose bottom one, not as one of these with hinge things on.
Are you baking again?
But no, I'm just going to try that cake Jeanette done.
Yeah, good idea. Don't give that Pepsi.
No, he's got his own bath.
That is quiet.
I know.
Cheery Giggle says he missed the target. She says I only saw his cheek. I think he was putting his cheek to things so I could kiss him on his cheek. I think that were it, Cheery Giggles. He put his cheek to camera so I could kiss him on his cheek. I want one hot lips, Baz. That's all. I mean, and I think I'm trying to think. It rather out at Own Bargains or Pound Stretcher that cake tin were, and I think it were only about $1.99, something like that. They're not all that expensive.
No, I'll have a look. Becca gave me a load of cake things that she hate. You know how much baking she did, and she didn't like. And I can't get used to it. They're like a jelly mold. They're like a
like a silicone.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't actually get on with them. She couldn't get on with them.
But it's same as I say. I mean, I've had that quite a while now, and I've got another one, but it's a deeper one, not so big like widthways, but I find I can't get on with that as well as I can this springform one.
Yeah. I'll have to have a look for
I mean,
them.
there's certain things that you can get on with and certain things that you can't.
Yeah.
Now, I bought like a square one because, you know, when I made the Yorkshire parking, I made it in like a not a baking tray, but it was about so deep.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I'll buy one of these square tins to make this Yorkshire parking in. But the problem is, you've got to put the, you know, grease it, line it, and everything.
Yeah. Because the bottom don't come out.
Plus, the bottom don't come out on it. So I've probably only used it a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I bought a timer thing, and it's like an egg-shaped thing. You twizzle it round, and it ticks and everything. But when time's up, it don't ring.
Oh,
If you know what I mean.
that's a bit daft.
Yeah, and it's like it's shape of an egg.
I know what you
And
mean.
all you know, you twizzle it round to what time you want it. You know how long it's got to bake it. But when the timer's up, it don't actually do anything. So that's it, draw away and gone sort of thing. Because I think, well, I want notifying. So a lot of the time, I tend to, you know, like the stopwatch thing on your phone.
Yeah.
I set it to a certain time, and it like an alarm goes off when that time's up.
Yeah, that's good. I should use that. I don't use that. It's a good idea.
Does Pixie cook? Well, Pixie actually does all the meals, because obviously with my hand and everything, now I'm a danger to myself as regarding actually cooking. And it's like when I do the baking, I mean, this is the part that you don't see. I'll say to him when it's time to come out, I go and check it, and I've got these like kebab skewer things, and you know how you're supposed to test, see if it's cooked and everything in the middle. I do that bit. But actually getting things out of the oven, I'm likely, because of the problem I've got with my hand and everything, the arthritis, I'm likely I'd probably drop it on the floor.
I never get stuff out the oven, even if I'm doing something quick, like if we're putting something in the oven, even if it was a pizza or something like that, I can put it in, but Baz always takes out.
Yeah. Cheery Giggle says he's a good man. He is a good man. And that's the reason why he's packed up work to look after me, because my health deteriorated that much as of late, that the fact that and the problem I've been having with my knee popping out of joint, I could fall at any time. And same as he says, Callum's at school, he were at work, and the fact of the matter is I could fall and not be able to get up, and I'd be stuck there till either Callum came in from school or he came home from work. And that's the reason, or the decision he made to stop working to look after me, or basically to become a full-time carer. So, you know, and this is why I said yesterday as well, even the baking vlogs are getting harder, because just look at my hand compared to that one. I mean, that one's normal. So compared to me, you know, to my other hand, this is like, I mean, this is a thing as well. On that finger belly, I've got a massive scratch on it, and I didn't even know I'd done it. That's because I've got no sensation sometimes in that finger.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I can see this blood, and I'm thinking, where's that come from?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how I've done it, but I've got like it were a massive scratch. I didn't know where I'd done it, and the fact of the matter is, a lot of the time I can't feel my fingers. It is swollen, and I've been to physiotherapist with it. I'm awaiting like another splint coming, because the one you need, you know, you need a degree in.
Well, I said the wrong one, didn't I?
Yeah, I don't know what you need a degree into it. I mean, even the physiotherapist didn't know how to work out how to put it on himself, and that's a physiotherapist. So basically, he said to me, he's sending me one. It goes round your wrist, and because they found I've got arthritis in base of my thumb, but he can't explain the reason with it being so swollen. And it's been like that for months now, hasn't it, Bella?
Yeah, it certainly has.
Yeah, and he can't explain the reason why the arthritis shouldn't make it swell up that much. So basically, he hasn't got an explanation as to why it's swollen up like that, like it has done.
But arthritis does make swelling, though, doesn't it? Because
Yeah, but I think what he was saying, Bella, because it's like all it back of my hand and everything.
Yeah.
And he could only find arthritis in the base of my thumb, which is like here.
Yeah.
So he couldn't understand why it were making my whole hand swell up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm going for blood tests on Monday.
Have you ever seen a rheumatologist?
I have a long time ago. Because previous doctors that we went to before this, they thought it was rheumatoid arthritis. But I went and basically sat there. Consultant says, well, I just think it's basic wear and tear. I don't think it's rheumatoid arthritis.
Sometimes, so I've heard, the markers don't always show up at first.
Yeah. Well, basically that is what he put this blood test, or recommended that the doctors do this blood test for inflammation markers or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what shows up in rheumatoid.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why is has asked for that, because I think he's got a sneaky suspicion that it's not just osteoarthritis; it might be rheumatoid arthritis. I suffer with Arthur, but yeah, I've got a sneaky suspicion that that's what he's thinking. And it basically just wants to rule it out, let's say, or rule it in, whichever the case may be. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. So, yeah, bloke. Well, I don't think he's gone yet because there's an Enterprise van out there. So it's probably
the company that does your maintenance.
It's actually the place that Chris used to work for, because obviously they own this house. But sometimes if their van's in for servicing and whatever, they hire them a van from Enterprise.
All right.
I know what's it in, Nick, because I've got it in my feet, my ankles, my wrists, my knees. But I had to laugh. Oh, Angels put, with Bella talking about pizza, I'm now in the mood for a Pixie Channel pie. But yeah, I mean, can you get a second opinion? I think it's important. You see, the thing is, you go to doctors and it's such a long-winded affair to get to actually see a consultant. If they think you're worthy of going to see a consultant, that is. You see, this is the reason why they referred me to a physiotherapist rather than sort of sending me to hospital to actually see a rheumatologist.
Yeah.
It's like their cheaper version of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Saving them money. Yeah, mine's a lot worse in winter, Nick, as well.
Yeah.
That's why I've been suffering for weeks and weeks now, because weather's been damp, it's been cold, blah blah blah. You know, it does get worse. You know, and if we win lottery, we're going somewhere warm.
No, I think anything that affects pain, because I'm a lot worse in winter.
Yeah, I lose the.
Anything that affects pain is worse in winter.
Yeah, Cheery Giggles says, "Gosh, that's terrible." But you see, the thing is, Cheery Giggles, in the UK, you pay your taxes directly through your wages, but you also pay something called national insurance, which in effect enables the UK, well, I can't really say this, you can't really say the British public get their treatment free, because a lot of people aren't British citizens, they get theirs free as well, and that's why a lot of people come to the UK. So yeah, but we, you know, like Pixie up until recently has been working, and when I were working, we paid something what's called national insurance, which in effect is they take a percentage of your wages, put it, and that's what they pay. You're not supposed to be able, you know, you get your operations for free, you get your treatment for free, but the fact of the matter is, the NHS system is struggling massively, and I still think, I don't know about you, Bella, it's with
It's overcrowded.
yeah, the immigrants and everything, everybody coming in, it's taking away, you know, what we've paid in. And then this is what I was going on about I've paid into the system all my working life,
Yeah.
and I want something, you know,
Yeah.
you know, I deserve, or I'm, you know,
Right, you've got it right.
yeah.
I do understand how you feel. I do understand that.
And same as, I mean, Cheery Giggles says that's stupid. It is all down to the government.
Yeah.
You know, you've got staff shortages in hospitals. You're getting operations cancelled because of lack of funding. You know, and the list goes on.
It is.
You
But
know,
all the services, the armed forces, the police, everything, it's all been.
they've cut back massively.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've done away with thousands of troops.
Yeah.
They've done, you know, they're cutting back on nurses and doctors, and you know, and the list goes on.
Yeah.
And it all it is all
amount of work. There's still the same amount of work.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, I've got very, very great respect for the nurses.
Me too.
Because they do put up with some crap.
Absolutely.
You know, they do put up with some crap, you know, and they're working, you know, probably 12, 13 hours, or, you know, and some of the consultants are like, and the junior doctors as well, are working sometimes 24, 48 hours without having a break. Well, when I say a break, I mean, you know, they're doing like double shifts.
Oh, yeah.
And not having any time to rest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
But you see what also enrages me as well is the fact that you're getting people like, let's say, from Romania and Poland and everything, they're coming here, you know, they're getting from our system, but it affords them to send money home to people that don't even live in this country.
No. I know.
You know what I mean? It's allowing them to send money back to their own country, which they're getting off of this government. I mean, I've always said that I think that anybody from outside of the UK that comes to this country should pay into the system for at least 5 years before they get anything.
Yes.
And I fully stand by that. You know, I mean, people might call me racist or whatever. I don't care. But the fact of the matter is, if you come into work or whatever in this country, I think that until you've worked and paid your national health, you know, your national insurance, etc., and paid taxes to this country, that there should be a 5-year mandatory period before they're allowed to claim any benefits.
The trouble is, Jeanette, the government, all the different parties, and I don't like talking politics, but they're also want to be politically correct. They all want to look better than the other one. Do you know what I mean? So they'll say, oh, no, this is because you've got to admit there's a lot of voting. A lot of votes come from immigrants, you know? Yeah. And they all want to be like politically correct and never say nothing wrong. And I mean, the Prime Minister's a wet tea bag, isn't she?
But yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with Nick on that one. He says they should bring back national service.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
You know, this is another thing. The prisons are so overrun. Not many prison officers because they're getting that much abuse, and you know what I mean. It's making people not want to go into that particular. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's basically the prison service is struggling. You name it, everyone. And I always say, you know, I've always believed in bringing back national service.
I have as well, because when you think of the things like the knife crime that's going on and the gangs that are going on, I mean, I think my opinion is that national service would help with all that.
Yeah, I mean, it to give them discipline.
Yeah,
It'd give them something to aim for, rather than being on the dole and, you know, hanging about on street corners, hanging out in gangs, etc. I think that you know, it'd work wonders.
Yeah,
Give them self-esteem, which, you know, if they can't find a job or anything. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of youngsters out there that have got no intentions of working.
Yeah, there are.
But for them that do, it's so downheartening from, you know, I'm trying to find a job, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Nick says at least they're doing that. If they're doing national services, the opportunity to turn their lives around and learn a trade. I fully agree with Nick there.
I do.
You know, they'd come out, you know, I mean, they'd have a trade behind them, and then they've got that to put on the CV and say, well, look, I've done me, you know, I've served my country, I've got a trade behind me, you know, give me a job. And it does wonders for the self-esteem, etc.
Yeah.
But I do believe in it. I mean, it's like, yeah, you've got a small percentage that, you know, well, I'm not working for a living. Why work when, you know, government's going to pay me money for sitting at home on my jacksie all day and playing my video games, etc.
But I think you find a lot of that mentality comes from parents with that mentality as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, it's the same. I mean, you know us, Bella. You know, we've said, you know, it's like yesterday, Callum. I think they're doing mock exams again, and he come walking through the door about 2:20, and I went, "You're early, aren't you?" I said, "It's only 2:20." He says, "Well, we've had a mock exam," and he says, "Basically, this finish at 2:45 anyway." So they've done this mock exam, and they says, "Well, there's no point going, you know, on to the next lesson because it'll have started anyway. You may as well go home."
Yeah. I bet he wasn't sorry.
Oh, no. But anyway, same as I've said, I've always said to Callum, you get your head down, you do your school work.
Yeah.
You know, he's on about going to college, and we're encouraging that.
Yeah, yeah. Of course.
You know what I mean? And we've always said, you know, the minute you'll get your first job, Callum, you'll be contributing to our household.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you're out on your ear. And
that's right.
You know, and you'll find what it's like to be out in the real world. Because if you think you know, you taking the softer option by leaving home, blah, 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 you know, think again, sort of thing.
Exactly. Have a taste of reality.
Yeah. You know, when you've got to pay your rent and you've got to pay your gas and you've got to pay your electric, you've got to pay your own council tax, etc. You know, same as you've just said, you're getting, you know, he'll be getting a dose of reality. When, you know, actually I got it cushy at home. I got my washing and whatever done for me. Whereas if I'm in my own place, I've got to do my own cooking. I've got to do my own washing. I've got to pay my rent. I've got to pay my gas, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It opens their eyes.
Well, I'm glad about that at least. You know, but this is it, you know, as I've just said, Nick, a dose of reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That just reiterates what I've said about a dose of reality. You know, the fact of the matter is that, You know. Hey, oh. Back already?
Yeah, what to do? We went by mission.
Oh.
What?
I says back already, and he went, yeah, I only went to do a waypoint mission.
Oh.
Well,
Whatever that means.
you know, I mean, obviously, you know, it's either that or he's thinking, you know, I'll let dust settle a little bit and then sort of like try and, but no, I wouldn't.
Knackered now.
Are you?
Can't see.
I was sat here talking, and all of a sudden that bloody thing started. I've had to move. Me and Bella were hearing herself.
Telly was on.
Yeah.
It's on speakers.
Well, at least you know the boundaries have been set now, Nick. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, it says a certain lazy so and so's finally woken up and smelled the roses because Mrs. Equinox told him she didn't like him.
Oh, there you go. Then.
So yeah, and I totally agree with that, Cherry Giggles. It's very important for the kids to understand the value of money. But you see, you know, it's all right. I mean, Callum's only 16. It's all right for him to say, well, yeah, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get my own place. But the reality of it is nowadays that a lot say this, but when in reality, it's not as, you know, as rosy as what they make out. You know, when they've got to pay their own bills, they've got to pay their own gas and electric, etc., and rent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, after all, when all's said and done, it's more cushy living with your parents, just paying them what we call board and lodgings.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, he's going to get his meals cooked for him. He's going to get his washing done and everything, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Board and lodgings, I eat all his wages.
I mean, I had to do it when I started work.
Yeah.
I did, and my girls did. My girls had to do it.
And then this is what I'm saying, you know, teach by example. I mean, same as I say, I didn't leave school till I was 16 and a half for the fact that my birthday's in September. So I was like nearly 16 and a half. But I left the school on the Friday and I started my job on the Monday.
Mm.
I'd already got that job lined up before I left school. So I left on the Friday and started work on the Monday. And once I got my first wage, that were it. My mum stood there with her hand out.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how I think it's meant to be.
Yeah, I agree.
And that way, you know that you're teaching your children, you know, respect and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And them in turn could pass it on to their children. Well, this is what Mum, you know.
Yeah, I agree. When Becca first went to work, when she left university and she went to work, I mean, financially, I was in a different place. I was more financially comfortable than I am now. And I used to say to her, okay, £25 a week. And you know what, I didn't need that £25 a week then, but that was not the point.
No, I agree.
Yeah, she still had to pay that £25 a week. Now, more often than not, Monday morning she'd say, Mum, got any money for petrol? And, you know, some of it would go back, but she still had to pay that £25 on a Friday night. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll let you off. But yeah, it's teaching them values though, isn't it, Bella?
Yeah.
Not the fact that she used to give you 25 quid on a Friday and by the Monday she wanted some petrol money. That, you know, that's what you do for your kids.
Yeah.
But it's teaching them the value of money. You know that when you get paid let's say you know, every Friday when you get paid, you know you've got to hand me that £25 over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though, same as you just said, you gave it to back because you needed petrol.
Yeah.
But that's still teaching them the value, appreciation, and the fact that, you know, once you're earning, you pay your way.
Yeah.
you know, and it's a case of, same as I've just said, I went to work, I was only 16 and a half and went straight from school and straight into a job.
Yeah.
And I've worked most of my life up until the year 2000.
I did work all my life, and even when the children were small, and yeah, I did work too, Jeanette. Same thing. It was health that made me stop work.
Yeah. It says, Nick says, what would you rather do? Go to work and get shouted at but get paid, or go to school and get shouted at and put in detention? But it is. I mean, it's true. You know,
I think you can tell a child. I think so much of it, they blame schools for everything. But I honestly believe you can tell the type of home a child comes from. I mean, if I had never known you, right, never met you, but I met Callum,
yeah,
and I spent some time with Callum, I know he would have been taught the right way. I can tell by who he is that he's been brought up the right way. Do you know what I mean? You can.
yeah. It's I got taught them values and everything as a child, and you pass them on to your children, don't you?
Yeah, because Callum is a really respectable boy.
But the thing is, Bella, I mean, it's passed on from generation to generation. I mean, it's obvious that a lot of kids nowadays that are always getting into trouble, the parents couldn't give a stuff.
Yeah. Not disciplined either.
Yeah, you know, so long as they aren't from under their feet, they don't care what they're up to or what they're doing.
I agree. And I see a lot of the time, I see Rebecca treating the children the same way I would have treated her. Do you know what I mean? I see it kind of goes down the line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, my parents were very strict.
Yeah.
I got taught manners, and it were, you know, I mean, like people like when I were at school, it was sort of just coming into that thing where there were a lot of my teachers wanted you to call them by the first names, but I couldn't, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? I was taught respect, and like my aunties and uncles, it were always auntie this or uncle this.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what my parents taught me. They taught me respect for me elders.
Yeah.
WrestleMania, how are you? And you in turn to pass that on to your children.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I mean, I can sit here hand on heart and say none of my kids has ever been in trouble.
Yeah.
They've never done.
There's always time.
Yeah, never done drugs or anything.
No, no, the girls have never caused me any. A lot of heart worry. You know, I've worried over them. If the partners are right for them, and you know, things like that I've been concerned about, but I've never been concerned about them being into trouble.
Oh yeah, but that is a natural parent reaction, you know. You know, it's called a mother and father's love, really.
Yeah.
You know, you worry that, you know, are they picking the right person?
Yeah.
But yeah, Nick's just telling us that the escapades he got up to. He says he used to let the fire alarms off and fire extinguishers off. Remember covering the site's corridor in foam. Now, you see, I'd be too scared and too chicken to do anything like that.
Yeah, I was always.
You know, I were always, you know, my parents were that strict. I'd, you know.
Yeah.
And it's what I call, I'd get an old-fashioned good hiding.
Yeah. You
know, if I did anything like that, I'd get a damn good hiding. I mean, I can always remember my dad caught me on end of the street. I mean, I know I must have been about 16. Caught me snogging this lad at end of the street. He'd walked me home. And my dad went bloody ape shit. You know, you get down that street, get in that ass. And I thought, oh God, I hope you don't hit him. You know what I mean? I envisioned, you know, suffice to say, I mean, I never heard from him again because I think my dad scared the living bejesus out of him. You know what I mean? But that's you know, that's just a dad being a dad, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
you know, being protective of his, well, I weren't little, same as I say, I were about 16. But yeah, you know, my parents were very strict, and I think that's what a lot of parents should be like nowadays.
Yeah,
You know, I think, you know,
I agree.
you know, I mean, you've got, sorry, I've forgot to take the tablet. A lot of parents are scared these days to be that strict with their kids because of all this political correctness.
Oh no, God, that drives me up the wall. That political correctness it's gone so stupid now.
You know, you can't smack your children. You can't do this. You can't do that. It never did me any harm.
Exactly.
Nick's letting all his secrets out now. He locked a teacher in the store cupboard.
The worst thing I ever did was, me and my gang, or about 6 of us there were, mates used to go back together, and I was quite young. My parents' houses were quite close together, so we used to get string. Oh, and then we'll tell you about that. And we used to get a bit of string, put them through the about 3, 4, 5 letterboxes, and then go to the end of the street and pull the string, and everybody would come out. Baz, come here, sweetheart. Baz we went to, was it Wish? Wish, you know the website?
Yeah.
And it said free watches and free delivery. I said to Baz, oh, that's just a scam. Don't be silly. He said, I'm going to send for them. I said, don't be daft. So he said, no, I'm going to try. I'm going to send for them. And he did. And they've just turned up 2 watches. No free, no packaging posting.
Oh. Yeah,
What's
but
that?
Chris had been on Wish, Bella, and he expected getting, he ordered a tablet, and when it came, it was just like a thing that you write on, like a blackboard. That was it.
They're all right, aren't they? For nothing. Bloody hell. I mean, they're cheap watch, you can see that.
Thank you. What's up with buying them?
All right, for nothing.
You had off there, but yours were a red face, weren't it?
Yeah.
I've seen Chris one. Yeah.
It's all right. Equinox, Nick says, my German teacher was the best. Stand up, put your chair and get out every lesson, or it would be a case of you're not coming in today. Because they knew what he were like, probably. But yeah, I mean, I can't say, I was too scared to do anything wrong at school because I knew I'd get it in when I got home. Because obviously nowadays, I mean, they email you or text you or whatever and say, you know, you see, this is the thing. I mean, like other week, I got a text message saying Callum were late for lesson, and I went, well, that can't, because he goes out at us at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, no.
But what he's been doing is like some of the coursework that he's been a little bit behind on or not attaining the level that they want him to attain.
Yeah.
He's been doing it before school. So basically, I think what it was when he were coming from there and going to his first lesson, yeah, he might have been a bit late, but it were in school and he were doing what he's been told to do as regards he's got to do this before school to catch up.
Really?
So in my mind, I mean, and then I says, oh, I got a text message from school this morning saying you were late for lesson. He says, well, I weren't late.
What? There's 3 of them. 3 of them?
That's
you.
What are the other 2?
So you've got a spare.
Oh, there's got to be something dodgy about this. What was I going to say? You know, I think the reason I didn't get into a lot of trouble at school was I was always too stupid. I bet you can't imagine that, but I was always too stupid. And the thing was, I remember sitting. We had gym in the hall, in the school hall. They changed it into a gym room, and I was sitting on the desk at the benches at the end, and we were just coming up. I was 11. And we was all talking about starting our ladies things, yeah? And Gloria Tyler, I can see it now, sat next to me and said, because you know,
Sorry.
before you get the ladies things, you have to go with a boy. I said, do you? She said, yeah, it has to happen. You have to do that thing with the boy before you get your ladies things. And I can remember it was about 2 months later. And I got up one morning and I got me ladies' things. And oh my God, I was in a state. I was in such a state. My mum said, what's the matter, love? She said, what's the matter? It's happened. I told you it would happen. I said, I've never done anything with any boy, Mum. I've never done anything with
You were more worried about
Yeah.
that your mum thought you'd been with a boy rather than
How did
actually
I
having.
have nothing? Gloria told me that you can't get managership with the boys.
Okay, then Cherry Giggles, see you. I mean, she might have gone, but yeah, I mean, it's not being stupid. I mean, you sort of believe what people tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, and I can see it from your aspect of, you know, you got to go with a boy until you actually had that.
Yeah.
And it actually came and you hadn't been with a boy, so you were frightened that your mum had thought you'd been with a boy. But yeah, you know, I mean, some of the things that people tell you that you know, say no, it's not being stupid, it's just being naive, Bella.
Yeah. Well, I'm still like that.
It's all right. Nick's on about one day when he wanted to go early, the German teacher didn't make him leave, and he actually stayed in behind. He says, so they had to climb out at window and it were on 3rd floor.
Oh, I can just see Nick, can't you? I can just picture Nick doing that.
Yeah, dangling out at a 3rd floor window.
I can just picture him.
But yeah, I mean, I'm with this. I was too chicken to get into trouble because I knew what consequence would be when I got home.
I know.
You know, it were either get in trouble with school, and then have it, you know, it double barreled, and have, you know, get a rollicking from my dad when I got home.
Yeah. It's all right. Be all right on me. They're very light. Yeah, they're all right.
So it were best to stay out of trouble, and then you won't get into trouble with school, and you won't get it in neck when you got home either.
Yeah.
You know.
I think Chris has got one, but I'll send him one.
What?
It's a massive watch, and it'd take off Chris's arm up.
It's not about sending you one of them watches, and she says it's a big watch. It'll take off your arm up.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's not a bad swap, is it? Free draw for a free watch.
but yeah, you know, I mean, if I'm honest, I mean, like, hey, I know, about half an hour ago. He says cheery. It says bye, cheery. I says she were going half an hour ago. I says keep up. But yeah, you know, I mean, there were good days at school, but when I were in junior school, I got bullied a lot, so that sort of knocked my self-confidence a bit, sort of going into what we call secondary school now. You know what I mean? But I didn't get bullied in secondary school. It was just in junior school by this one particular girl.
Yeah.
But it does not knock your confidence a bit when you get bullied. You know, but my parents were such that my mum used to, as you know, if I let on that I were being bullied, she'd march me up to school, and she even confronted this girl, which made it even worse.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that she, you know, like, oh, you need your mum to defend you, and you need your mum to fight you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It made it worse. My mum actually going up to school with me.
Oh, yeah. They'll pick on you even more.
But I mean, I went like when I left junior school and went on to the what they call them community colleges or secondary schools or whatever nowadays, don't they? But I find, you see, we got two choices which school we wanted to go to. So basically, I went, or a few of us, because we did 11 plus then.
Yeah.
It was like an exam, and I actually passed my 11 plus. So them that had passed their 11 plus actually had a choice of two schools.
Grammar school.
So I actually chose a school what the majority of the others weren't going to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Purely for the fact that, you know, them that were going to other school were the ones that had bullied me. So I thought, you know, well, I'm going to a different school to what they can only carry on when I go to secondary school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Nick said he'd never go back even if you paid me. But, you know, I mean, it's... it was like me. I mean, I didn't much like school at all because of the fact, you know, in my junior school, I was bullied, something chronic.
Yeah, I wasn't nuts about school. I liked college. I liked it when I got older. I liked the, you know, because you can't kind of grown up really when you go to college. But I didn't like school as a kid.
But now it's. I mean, people look at this school years differently. I mean, if you know, if you didn't enjoy it, then you didn't enjoy it, and if you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Callum don't particularly love school.
No.
He has had a few issues, which, you know, it were early on, but now it's got a bit better. Well, a lot better. It's enabled him to get on with what he's doing, get on with his work, etc. So, you know, I think he's a bit more settled than he was like in the first few years.
Yeah.
Let's just say.
I remember early school was good. Early school when I was very little. I can remember some of it because my dad was still in the Navy. So it was just like me and my mum and my auntie and uncle who we lived with. But my dad was still in the Navy. It's when he came out the Navy that my childhood was horrible. But before that, it was all right.
Yeah, it says I haven't kept in contact with him. Well, you see, I mean, I've got a few on here, well, not on here, but on Facebook.
Me too.
But every so often they have a school reunion, and I must admit I've not been to one. I've not been to one. Even though, like, a lot of them have added me on Facebook, etc. You know, it's like you're keeping them at arm's distance, let's say.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, thank you. I'm more content to keep them at arm's length and sort of, yeah, you know, they've added me on Facebook, etc. But that's within my comfort zone, let's say.
Exactly the same as me. Exactly the same as me.
I don't know what Nick's on about now because he's on about me and my mum, my dad and my gran, and a bucket of Vindaloo.
Ah, Vindaloo.
But anyway, same as I say, you know, it is. I do tend. I mean, I don't look back with fondness. Let's just say.
No, same as me.
You know, so I just tend to. You know, I'm all right. I'm adding me on Facebook and whatever, but that's about it.
Yeah, a few of my friends. It's funny enough. A few of my friends have added me on Facebook, and one of them is Gloria Tyler, who told me you had to go with the boy.
But it, I mean, it enables you to keep them at arm's length, let's say. You know, and one of the girls that's added me, like, she used to live. I mean, I were like you. We're in a little group. There were about 4 or 5 of us. Now they've added me on Facebook, and one girl in particular actually used to live on the same street as me.
What you're on about, Nick?
He says they're just being nosy.
Thought Bella was come out with that just now.
What when he said about Vindaloo or something?
Oh, they used to sing a song, the guys. Vindaloo, Vindaloo. Yeah, the World Cup song.
Yeah. But yeah. Same as I say, 1 or 2, like when it was my birthday, wish me happy birthday and whatever. I mean, there's like 1 or 2 that have gone to live abroad, and one's in Spain, one's in America, and you know, all you know, all well and good, you know. But when you were going on about your mum and your nan,
I'm still lost.
I know.
You know, you can't just get so confused, love. You know, unless you spell it out exactly me, you know what I'm like.
I think it was when you were referring to your mum and your nan and whatever. Oh, that were things on Facebook this morning. There were somebody that Chris goes to football matches with his friends. She's friends with his dad and whatever. Posted this thing, and it said on M1 between junction 36 and 37, which is like the thing that you get off to go to his mum and dad's. He's back. Baz
will be back about half hour.
Oh, that's stretching it a bit.
Well, roughly.
Yeah. So she posted this thing, and a lorry had overturned between junction 36 and 37. And I just took one look at it, and it were an Asda lorry.
Oh.
And they'd like had to close it off, and it says, you know, take alternative routes, blah, blah, blah. And I says to Chris, says, well, somebody's asked to getting the delivery this morning.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, if it was between 37 and 36, it's more like, because before you
don't know where it's going
but Chapel Town, or which direction it were moving in, really. I mean, that's more or less like the Chapel Town turn off. So there is an Asda in Chapel Town. So same as I says, I mean, somebody's
I've
not.
never heard of Chapel Town.
Yeah, it's a case of somebody's not going to get their Asda delivery this morning, so there'll be a few empty shelves in Asda. So, oh yeah, it's all right. I'm just checking. Yeah. Is the vlog that you've put up, Nick, misheard lyrics?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Peter,
I don't know. I haven't looked at it. It's sort of just informed us that it got a thing on Trollbusters channel, and I've sort of just checked it out, and it's called Misheard Lyrics.
Sorry, Baz, you'll tell her we're now up the smallest tree. That's all it's true. Yeah.
I think I love Peter Kay. Honestly, a lot of the modern comics I don't like. I just don't get them. I do not get Ricky Gervais one little bit.
I'm saying. I mean, like, I can't stand Billy Connolly. You know,
I love Billy Connolly. Now, there's something that we've not got the same.
Yeah.
I love him.
You know, I mean, it's like, who's that you like? Lee Evans?
Lee Evans.
Some of things it says and makes me laugh, but I just don't. I don't find Billy Connolly funny.
No. I like Billy Connolly. I like the things he does, the program he does when he goes across different countries on that sort of quad bike thing he's got. and goes and meets different people. I really like. He's very ill and he's got Parkinson's, isn't he?
Oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, as a comedian, I don't think he's very funny.
Oh,
Billy Connolly.
no, I'm not stuck on it.
You know,
Nick,
but
honestly.
you know, it's
Oh, it's disgusting.
Nick's put a joke in.
You see that joke, Nick Bears? He's a terrible.
I don't like go by Fanny Paralysed.
Oh dear.
What are your better ones?
Oh dear. But yeah, you know, I mean, I'm very hard to please when it comes to comedians or comedians. Let's just say.
Yeah, I am. I am too. I like him. I like Pickley.
I mean, in all honesty, there's a lot of comedians or comedians I don't find funny, but then I'm very hard to please as regards, you know, finding people funny, if you know what I mean.
Oh, he's going to get back out. He's coming from it.
But yeah, you know, I mean, give me a real life documentary or something that any day over, you know, any.
Oh yeah.
Nah, like Mrs. Brown's Boys. There's only certain things that I find funny about that. You know,
that one with the hair removal in the cupboard. That was.
I know.
You know,
But,
you know you should watch on YouTube. McIntyre, what's his name?
Alistair McIntyre. Is it?
Yeah, he does. He said he gets celebrities' phones, and he puts a funny text in or a rudish text, and he sends it to all the contacts, whoever it is, every single one of the contacts, and they make it reply. And some of the replies have got been absolutely hilarious.
But you see, this is to me. I mean, like
what, Bess?
That's what's his name.
Well, who's bleeding? What's his name?
I know what he's talking about.
He's got short dark hair.
I can't think of his talking
I
about.
know who he's talking about. I can't think of his name.
It's Summit McIntyre, I think it's Summit McIntyre anyway. But it's like Pixie. I mean, the Only Fools and Horses.
Oh, that's my favourite.
It could watch them till cars come home, and even now, Bella, it can sit watching them.
And me.
And he's absolutely pissing himself with laughter.
That is the best program. That's the best program ever made. And there's never a week goes by ever when me and Baz haven't watched Fools and Horses, isn't it, Baz?
Well, so as I say, Chris has got box sets and everything. He can sit and watch Only Fools and Horses till cars come home. And even now, he could recite most of the episodes word for word because he's watched it that many times, and he still sits laughing his head off.
And me.
That bit where it falls through bar.
But yeah, you know, I mean,
the two most famous ones, I think, is that one and when the chandelier comes down.
Yeah. But it's like, I mean, you can imagine us sat here, I'm sort of watching telly. Chris is sat there with headphones on, and all of a sudden he's absolutely rolling with laughter. And I'm looking over and saying, what the heck are you laughing at?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what he told me about that McIntyre, whatever his name is. Are you saying? No, Only Fools and Horses. It's a British comedy program. Only Fools and Horses.
Honest to God.
He's doing well too, but it's on track. I must have searched the while on internet for that one, Nick.
No, but I mean, you've only got to research Only Fools and Horses. It's
the only problem is you've got to get the British language.
Yeah.
The London Cockney language.
Yeah, it we're based in Cockney, London, which is like, you know, they've got quite a broad, like Bella has a quite a broad Cockney accent. Oh, dear. You know what I mean? I mean, Chris can, some as I say, he can watch it till the cars come home, and he can recite everything word for word, but he still carries on watching it. You know what I mean?
Exactly the same as us. We're exactly the same, me and Bez. I love the programme. I think.
Manager asked him, do you buy a plug? And if he buys, you bastard, you never told me about the bloody
Baz was just telling Bella a joke that Nick's just put in.
I can see it's in front of me, love. I've got it on the TV.
Nick says it was based in London but filmed in Bristol. There you go.
Yeah.
Some of it was Nelson Mandela House was in.
Yeah. There you go.
That's the one where it falls through the bar.
Yeah, Chris has just put the link in as the episode where he falls through the bar.
Well, just a clip.
Well, just a clip. I think it is. But
Yeah. I can't work this now. What's happened here? This is gone stuck.
So yeah, I mean, it's you know, I mean, everybody. Oh yeah, Nick says I live 10 minutes from Nelson Mandela House.
Oh.
So there you go.
I think they wanted to do a last one, but when John Sullivan died, you couldn't do another one.
Is that Trigger?
No, John Sullivan wrote it.
Oh, right. That shows how much I know about it, Bella, doesn't it?
Trigger has died, hasn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Oh. Well, I think Nick's referring to other team. I'm not sure. So yeah, I mean, it's like you know, it's either your cup of tea or it ain't, if you know what I mean.
You know, I just love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's the best program ever written.
I mean, it's like one of them things now where, I mean, like Nicholas Lindis is getting on a bit, and same as just said, Trigger's died, and David Jason's like in his, well, I bet 70 odd.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the same. It
No.
wouldn't be the same, even if they were to you know, to bring it back. I don't think it'd be the same with obviously the you know, the actors and whatever being older.
Yeah. But they're all in other things. I mean, Nicholas Indus is in a lot of things, and Cassandra and Raquel, they're all in other things, aren't they? They've all gone on to other things.
Oh yeah, yeah, but I don't think there's nobody been as successful as David Jason.
Oh, no.
Because I mean, they were two you know, what was that? The Open All Hours that he did with Ronnie Barker, and he's I mean, Touch of Frost. I mean, you know, things like that.
And what was this thing? What was the thing he did? The Larkin Family. What was that program?
Oh yeah, no, not Last at Summer Wine. Darling Buds and May.
Yeah, there was that.
I mean, Catherine Zeta-Jones were in that, weren't she? Look at her. You know, it's you know, I mean, I don't know whether everybody's at the same opinion, but they don't make them nowadays like what they used to make them.
No.
You know, you could never remake or something to same standard of Only Fools and Horses, could you?
I totally agree.
I might be a Rodney, but at least I'm not a Trigger.
But yeah, you know, I mean, the what we call classics, and you cannot replicate that even if you tried with different actors, and you know what I mean, you couldn't replicate it because it's a classic,
Yeah.
and you could not, even if you wanted to. I mean, like, what were Miami Vice? I mean, you know, they've tried doing that,
Yeah.
but with different actors, and it's just not the same. And it's
Yeah.
same with like Dukes of Hazzard and things like
You
that.
can't make it
Like,
again.
yeah, they've tried to remake that, but it's just not the same as the original.
Yeah, what's he saying?
David Jason was the third choice to play Rodney.
Right. What, Rodney?
No, I meant Del Boy.
I'm going to say.
Yeah, but you think?
What were the first two choices then?
But you think that if they hadn't have made that correct choice, same as Chris says, it wouldn't have been as
good.
You know, obviously they made the right choice, even though he were only the third. Jim Broadbent.
Yeah.
He played that Raquel's ex-husband.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that who's Jim Broadbent is.
Oh.
He played, weren't he a Bent Copper or something?
Yeah.
He played that Raquel's ex-husband.
Oh,
Now, to me, I don't think it'd have been the same if they'd have picked him.
No.
You know, obviously they made the right choice in picking David Jason because it's worked.
I thought Jim Broadbent, I might be wrong, I thought Jim Broadbent, did you ever see Bridget Jones' Diary? He played her dad.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Jim Broadbent actually did come into Only Fools and Horses, but he came in as he were an ex-copper or something. He were a bent copper, but he were Del Boy's, like, what they call arch enemy.
Yeah.
And he came into it as Raquel's ex-husband.
Was that Jim Broadbent?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was him. I have to have another look.
But yeah.
Was it Beth? Oh, yeah, you come to think of it now. Yeah, I'm thinking of his face. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, he were Bridget Jones's dad in in Bridget Jones' Diary.
Yeah.
Because he also did The Borrowers as well, didn't he, that Jim Broadbent?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did that as well.
I mean, over the years, I mean, he's been a successful actor in his own right.
Very.
Yeah, but there's certain roles that suit the actor, and I think Del Boy, you know, David Jason suited Del Boy down to a T.
Absolutely, he certainly did.
You know, you know, I mean, there is certain, you know, roles that suit the actor, and I think that suited Jason down to a T.
Yeah, it did. He absolutely made it, no doubt about it.
I mean, and sort of in Open All Hours, I mean, to play the, you know, the stupid guy, you know, let's say, that is a role that suited him as well. It were downtrodden, but they were just the two roles that I think have suited David Jason.
Yeah, I think I remember that, Nick. I think I remember reading something about, because I've got his two autobiographies, and the second one is about all the parts he's played. And the first one's his life story, David Jason, and I'm pretty sure he said something about Robert Lindsay. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, well, didn't he? I'm trying to think that. What Robert, that Power to the People thing, I forget what it was called now.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Citizen
something or other, I forgot that.
Citizen Smith.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Danger Mouse.
Yeah.
David
Jason did Danger Mouse, yeah. But I think, I mean, in all honesty, the roles that, and it's the same with any actor. They get sent these things and they can say, well, no, I don't think it suits me. Or, yeah, I think that's right up my alley. It's the actor picking and choosing, you know, the roles that he plays, and only if it suits them, you know what I mean? Count Duckula.
Yeah, he did a lot of voiceovers. I really like David Jason, I think. And he's a really nice man as well.
I take it that Nick still watches them.
But it's the fact of the matter is, I mean, like when you're a successful actor like David Jason is and has been, he can pick and choose the roles that he can accept. And let's say, for instance, they were approached to do, I don't know, I mean, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. If that don't suit his voice and don't suit his acting style, then it won't.
You can't imagine him doing James Bond, can you?
No.
Oh no.
He loves Danger Mouse and Count the Killer.
Taking Nick back to his youth, is it?
No, that's what he's watching now.
But yeah, I mean, there's certain roles that suits. I mean, it's like this is sort of just a thought. Like, some others do have them. Now that suited Michael Crawford down to the ground. But
I can't see. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It did.
You know, I mean, I don't think it would have suited any other person other than Michael Crawford. Now he's gone on to do opera and he's gone on to do, like, serious things. But that role of, you know, that suited him. There's certain roles that certain actors suit, and I think Michael Crawford, you know, suited that role of only some mothers do have them, because
Jim Broadbent, though, he could never have played. He was good as Roy Slater, but he would never have been Rodney.
Yeah. That what we on about?
Well, it's just come up.
Yeah, that's what Nick's put. Who was Betty married to?
In what?
In real life.
Oh, Michelle Detrice. Who was she married to?
No idea.
Michelle Detrice. I've got no idea.
Frank Spencer, you know, in some others do have them, but I mean, as far as
Hellboy.
I haven't got a clue.
David Jason.
Edward Woodward, yeah. Now you say, Nick, I think she was.
The Equalizer.
Yeah. Yes, and Edward Woodward played the Equalizer. That's going back some years as well.
Blimey, yeah, Jeanette. Blimey, that is going back some years.
I mean, it's like, let's say, can you remember the Avengers?
Yeah.
Remington Steele and I mean, I sort of can't. I've been to bed.
Wasn't it?
You know, he were the one with the not Edward Woodward, obviously. There were that one with bowler hat on. Then there were,
Yeah, Patrick McGee. Yeah, that's it.
Weren't it?
Yeah.
No, I mean, they can't replicate things like that, even though they might get different actors to play them. You know, you just can't replicate them old. You know, like, the Avengers and the Saint. I mean, I can always remember Roger Moore as Saint.
Yes.
Even though there's other actors gone on to play the Saint, the thing that sticks in my mind is always Roger Moore playing. You know.
Of course. Ian Ogilvy went on to do it, didn't he? But he wasn't like Roger Moore.
I mean, it's like James Bond. I mean, look at actors that have played James Bond over the years, but you always go back to Sean Connery and Roger Moore, and you know they the two that stick in my mind the most. Roger Moore and Sean Connery.
Sure, James Bond will always be Sean Connery for me.
You know, and it's a case of Vanessa can play Beauty and Bass can play the Beast. But, you know, it's going back to what we were brought up with, the Saint and James Bond and everything. I mean, it's like the old horror movies. We're always Count Dracula, Vincent Price, and other one. Peter Cushing, that's the one.
Christopher Lee. They were all the
they were all the Dracula, Frankenstein, and what's the other one? They all played the baddies, let's say, in the old horror movies. Now there's been many a remake, of the Count Dracula thing and this, that, and other. But to me, you know, they are the ultimate, you know, Count Dracula and whatever.
But it's the same as Doctor Who. When I think of Doctor Who, I think of all the old actors that did it, not the new ones now.
Well, it's same. I mean, even though like now they've replaced it with a woman.
That's a stupid thing.
I mean, Chris never liked that Peter Capaldi that played Doctor Who. He didn't like. He liked David Tennant.
Oh yes, so do I.
What's that young lad? Matt Smith.
Yeah,
he liked them too. Yeah. But when they went back to what's it, Baker and
Tom Baker, yeah.
John Pertwee and you know what I mean? It's like the old ones that you remember, and they were Doctor Who.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you've got Thingabob in that used to wear multicoloured.
McCoy. McCoy.
No. In with fuzzy hair.
It is who he's saying. It is somebody McCoy. Oh, you're not talking about Tom Baker, are you? No.
It might have been Tom Baker, right? But he always used to wear like a knitted multicoloured scarf and like a trilby type of that type of thing.
Tom Baker.
You know what I mean? It were Tom Baker says. But that you mean that they stick in your mind as Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I mean. I mean, it don't have the same, you know, what's it as it did in like in what I call in olden days, does it?
The kids don't get scared of things now either. Not like we used to get really scared. I used to hide behind the sofa.
I'm going to say, when I were watching Doctor Who, when they were at Daleks, I used to sit there like this.
Yeah, I know, because we got scared of things. But my two grandchildren, they watch, you know, they just, Walter off a duck's back, it means nothing to them.
Yeah. He's over there, Nick. He says, are you near your PC?
Yes.
Yes, he's over in the corner. But yeah, I mean, it's like it's for, the era you brought up in, isn't it, really, Bella? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I mean, when you talk about, you know, Richard Pertwee or whatever his name is, playing Doctor Who, I mean, you know, kids nowadays just look at you gone out.
I know.
It's all right. It's
Nick's eating something.
But yeah, I mean, you know,
bad one. He's not sent it to the girls.
It's like you and myself and, you know, Nick and whatever. We're like really, well, not when I say really old school. You know what I mean? We like all the
old school stuff.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
True.
And basically, if they were to remake any of the things that we watch, we'd be sat there saying, no, it's not saying we are so and so, or it's not saying we are so and so. You know what I mean?
When I was about 18, 19, I had a date with somebody, and he took me to see The Exorcist. And I slept with my mum for 3 weeks after that, and I was about 18, 19 when I saw it.
I'm going to say that was one film that I've only ever watched it the once, Bella, and I said never again.
No.
It's one of them sort of things where, you know, it scared the oldest shit out on me.
Yeah, it did.
You know me. And I said, you know, I mean, like, what was that? I'll tell you another one that scared me and all. Like Carrie.
Hellraiser frightened me. Hellraiser. I don't remember.
That were another one that I sort of, I've only ever watched it the once, and I said never again. You know what I mean? It were no, but I'm not big on horror films anyway. It's all right. He sent it me now. I think you spared him on. I don't know whether he sent it you as well.
It's a rather long video, so I'll watch it after if I will.
Oh, good Lord. Terrible.
I know that first one is. Chris is still watching it.
Still watching it now. I think I'm on the 11th day.
I don't know who those people are.
Oh yeah, they're all baddies. Let's just say.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Oh, Rose West's one of them.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, I can see.
I'm on Harold Shipman at the moment.
Yeah.
One's Fred West. Ian Huntley. So.
I got that as all we.
It's all right. I'm not. I don't know all of them. I'll watch it afterwards.
It's quite long.
He says I get sent some weird shit. But yeah, it's something that to watch for later, if you know what I mean. It is quite long. But what I'm gonna do, Bella, I'm gonna shut it down because we wanting to get the old out the shed.
Oh, yeah, I want to do mine later.
Yeah. So we need to have a little bit of a move around, let's just say.
All right, honey.
Yeah. And don't forget, I'm not on Monday. So, and from next week, I'll be cutting down. So it'll be Wednesday again before you see me, probably.
I won't. I'll see you later.
Well, yeah. I mean, apart from you, but people that are watching it probably will be Wednesday when you see me again, because I've got this blood tests on and whatever on Monday. So I'll probably come back all battered and bruised as I normally do. So I'll see everyone on Wednesday. You might see me like on Chris's well, not on Chris's, but you know what I mean. If Chris goes live, I'll be there. So I'll see everybody on Wednesday morning.
Bye all.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.